Raising awareness and building capacity are key issues in good enforcement. There are many good examples, such as the work of the World Customs Organization and the Impel TFS network, the expert training in Poland, and the International Inspections Week of the Seaport Environmental Security Network, SESN. The SESN is an informal network of professionals from both industrialized and developing countries involved in inspection of the transboundary movement of waste through seaports.
This is the advisory committee of SESN, and we're looking at how we can do a joint inspection that we'll do in about 10 countries, 10 participating countries. We'll do it simultaneously, and then from the report and the results, we'll be able to learn from one another and be able to do it better. And then at the same time, we're able to track such illegal shipments the same time across the participating countries.
In response to the outcome of a workshop held in Ghana with 70 participants from all over the world, SESN is preparing an International Inspections Week. The main objective is to improve compliance with legislation and help countries better evaluate their own capacity for detecting and deterring the illegal transboundary movement of hazardous waste through seaports.
And then because we'll have a uniform checklist, and then we'll come together at the end of it and analyze our results and see how we can do it better next time. Because this is a way of hands-on learning, hands-on doing, and then we'll learn from what we've done.
The results will be shared amongst the 10 participating countries. Moreover, the final report will include recommendations about capacity building needs, and the results will be publicized and shared with the international community through press releases and other outreach strategies.
And it will also bind us together in the network activities. And then the lessons learned can be shared with countries that have not participated, and then what needs to be done can also be made known to them so that they can also, do it in their own countries.
The Impel TFS National Contact Point Network is a network of enforcement officers right across Europe. An important role for this network is capacity building.
Not every member state is at the same level of enforcement or of the same level of resources, so it actually allows member states who are behind a little bit to actually gain from the experience of the other member states. And I think that's one of the real usefulness for countries who are new to the Union, for instance, or non-Union countries such as Norway, just to pick up on what we're doing and how we go about it.
Can you give an example of this capacity building?
Well, there are often questions arising as to whether this particular waste stream is in fact a waste or not a waste. The most common type of question, of course, is about electronic waste or sometimes about end-of-life vehicles. And in those situations where the national contact points are together, they can very quickly learn from each other what sort of procedures and guidelines that a particular member state has adopted, and maybe they can copy them.
Hui Fu is a technical officer and environmental expert at the World Customs Organization, the WCO.
For the purpose of effectively enforcing the Basel Convention at the border, customs officers have to be aware of the convention and the national legislation. They have to be trained. They have to have a basic knowledge of identification of the hazardous waste. The most important point is that they have to work together very closely with the national competent agencies, because the agencies, they are the experts, and they have the information and they have the knowledge to help customs officers to identify the illegal shipments.
The WCO developed several tools to support the enforcement of the Basel Convention in daily practice. One of them is the CENCOM tool, a secure communication tool.
It's internet-based, and it contains a CSER database of 13 commodities including the seizure information on hazardous waste. And we also publish the seizure alerts to review the emerging trend of the illegal trafficking, including all other commodities.
The WCO also stimulates learning by doing during joint enforcement operations.
As proposed and coordinated by the WCO Secretariat, customs administrations from 65 countries launched a joint operation coded as Operation Demeter.
This global initiative captured more than 30,000 tons and 1,500 pieces of illegal hazardous waste in 57 seizures, ranging from household waste and scrap metal to discarded electronic goods and used vehicle parts.
Apart from seizures, the success of this joint operation was also evidenced by the participation of 65 countries, the very strong commitment demonstrated by those countries, the large volume of information exchange, and the scale of deployments. But more importantly, the success of this joint operation was the creation of greater awareness among the customs officers and the policymakers and also the public.
The Operation Demeter helped Indian Customs Administration in generating awareness in its field formations about the ongoing environmental crimes and enforcement issues.
There has been enhanced cooperation between the customs and national environmental protection agencies. And in some countries, follow-up actions were taken by the customs and the EPAs to do the follow-up joint operations after this Operation Demeter.
Training is one of the key issues of capacity building, such as here in Poland, where environmental inspectors and other enforcers meet twice a year for expert training.
Dzień dobry Państwu. Witam Państwa na kolejnym, na sesji właściwie jesienno-zimowej naszego spotkania w ramach kontroli transgranicznego przemieszczania odpadów.
Today we have the training of so-called expert panel on transboundary movement of waste. This is a group of 50 inspectors who are nominated to carry out controls of waste shipments. The training is mainly for environmental inspectors, but we also have representatives of customs, of border guard, traffic inspection and police. All those organizations are involved in control of waste shipments, so we also invite them to participate in that training and participate in our discussions.
Głównym i najważniejszym celem i przedmiotem niniejszego rozporządzenia jest ochrona środowiska, a jego wpływ na handel międzynarodowy ma jedynie uboczny charakter.
We organize two types of trainings. Trainings for experts, people who are experienced in waste shipments, and basic trainings for people who are not experienced, for enforcers from all the organizations responsible for control of waste shipments, which means that we organize the training for officers of police, customs, border guard and inspectors of traffic inspectorate. We train selected representatives of all enforcers, and it is meant to be the training of trainers.